This is one of the basic and the most important topic in your ABM, CAIB. Very important one. Now, those who are watching on YouTube, kindly note, you'll get this session for hardly 10 minutes. Remaining time, it will be on the app. So, if you want to have the complete session, kindly go to the app, download the app and watch it there. Kindly note on YouTube, this is available only for 10 minutes. Okay, after 10 minutes, it won't be available on YouTube. Okay, so let's begin with sampling distribution. Okay, now sampling distribution, before moving to sampling distribution, we must know firstly what is sampling. What is the sample? What do you mean by the word sample? See, suppose if I ask you to do a survey of, let's say, entire city, Delhi, or entire India, let's say, entire Bharat, I'll say. Do the survey of entire Bharat. And I want entire Bharat, all the people. What is it possible for you to do? Immediately in some time, something like that. And it's very difficult. That is called a census. Whenever you do it for the entire population, it's called a census. It is possible for the government machinery. Government, it's possible. Why? Because they have a lot of people. But if I tell you, will it be possible for you to do the survey of entire India, entire Bharat? It's very difficult or hard or almost impossible. So what do you do in that case? What we'll do is we'll take some samples. Let's say 100 samples from one state, 100 samples from another state, like this. So sampling 140 plus crore people is very difficult. But if I take 100 samples from each state, then it becomes okay, right? And then I'll merge that data. Okay, so that I can do it. That is possible. So what does it mean? Kindly note this point. Sampling means taking some of the elements from the population. Taking some of the elements from the population is sampling. Okay. So if this is a complete population, taking some year, like this. Taking some of the samples and then doing some process on them. Finding their data, getting their data, doing some process on it, and then applying it to the population. That is the basic logic of sampling. Now I'll ask you a simple question. Suppose if I give you a cup of tea, okay, I'll give you a cup of tea, and I'll ask you whether it's hot or no. Just give you a cup of tea and you want to check whether it's hot or no. What will you do? Will you drink the whole tea and then tell me that whether it's hot or no? Will you drink the whole tea? No. What will you do? You will take one sip. What is that sip? What is that sip? That sip is sampling, isn't it? So what does it? It gives you a very great, big message. That sip is sampling. That sip should represent the entire cup of coffee or tea, whatever it is. Okay? So sample must represent the entire population. Okay. Similarly, same logic. I'll give you some rice for eating and plate of rice, and you want to check whether the rice is good or bad. Good means taste is good or bad. Do you eat the entire rice? No, you'll take just one bite, and from that you can judge. So what is that? That is sampling. Entire thing is not taken, just one bite is taken, that is sampling. Same thing you are doing it over here. Entire population is not taken, just one bite is taken, some samples are taken. And then whatever result you get from those samples, you apply to the entire population. Right? Same thing with the tea. One sip is hot, then you'll say, yes, the entire cup is hot. Did you check the complete cup? No, just one sip. Similarly, rice. Right? So this is basically the meaning of sampling. This is the best example for sampling. Because it gives you the correct picture of what the sample should represent. Every sample should represent the entire population, then only it's worth. Okay. So now, again, I'm telling you, those who are watching on YT, kindly note, hardly in few minutes now, hardly in next 5 minutes, this session will go. Means it won't be available for you. For that, you need to go download the app and watch this session in the app. For in the app, it's available for 1 hour. So download the app right now. Okay? Because there are many good things in the app. There are many sessions taken specifically for the app. And those are free. So that's why you have to watch that app. Download that app. Okay, it's available on Android and iPhone, both. Okay. Sampling is a process used in statistical analysis in which predetermined number of observations are taken from the large population. See this. Predetermined number means initially I'll decide that yes, I have to take 100 samples from each state. I've decided 100 samples from each state. So that is known as predetermined number. It's not that I'll do haphazard. Some state this much, some state that much. No. Either I'll decide the number or I'll decide something else here. Any rule. It's not compulsorily the number. Okay. Suppose in Goa 100 samples and UP and Maharashtra 100 samples. That is totally misproportionate, right? Because Goa population is very less, Maharashtra and UP is huge. So that is disproportionate. What we must do in that case, we must apply some formula for this. What is the formula? Means we'll decide that if the X percentage of the population, that's what will be the formula. So again, but logic is same, predetermined. Okay, number of observations from a large population. Got it? The methodology used to sample from large population depends on the type of analysis. Now, what do you mean by this type of analysis? If I want a detailed survey, then I'll have to use the stricter methods. If I want to use the gross level, some error is okay. Then I'll use some thumb rule methods or faster methods, isn't it? Got it? Now, you have studied about sampling now. Sampling you have done. What is sampling? The tea, sip, rice, everything. Now, what is sampling distribution? Our chapter is not sampling. Our chapter is sampling distribution. So, what is sampling distribution? Sampling distribution is the distribution of the possible values of the statistic from all possible samples of a particular size drawn from the population. Means what? There are two definitions given over here. Distribution of all possible values of statistic. What is this word statistic? Kindly note, statistic means anything which you find out, mean, mode, median, anything which you find out. If you find out for the sample, it is called a statistic. And the same thing if you find out for the population, it's called as parameter. Means, here, simple. Suppose if I find I'll give one simple example over here. See this. Suppose if I find the mean. See, same word. Look at this. If I find the mean, look at this over here. Okay. Mean, if I find mean. Okay. If I find the mean for a sample, it will be called as statistic. Same. See this mean is same. Statistic. If I find the same mean for population, then it is called as parameter. Okay. So entire population, if I find out, it's parameter. If I find out for sample, it is called as statistic. Got it? Clear, everyone? Understand the word statistic and parameter. These two will be definitely always there now. In complete module, it will be there. So statistics from all possible values of samples of a particular size drawn on a population. Okay. Particular size. Now what do you mean by this? From all possible samples. Whatever are the samples, I'll distribution. What do you mean by this word distribution? This distribution means, see this. What will I do? I'll plot this. See these four. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the four samples. And these dots are the means I have found out. Let's say these are the means, average I have found out. These four dots, 1, 2, 3, 4. What will I do? I'll plot these four. I'll take these four and plot it on the graph. See this, 1, 2, 3, 4. These four I have plotted. So this plotting is known as distribution. This plotting is known as distribution. How these, now there are only 4 shown over here. I can take 400. So 400 will be plotted. When I plot this 400, they will form a curve. Some curve, random curve they will form. So that curve is known as normal distribution curve. Normal distribution curve. Got it? Got this point, everyone? So now second definition. A sampling distribution is a probability distribution. Now see this. Here it was related to samples. Now same topic, same definition, but from the different angle. Is a probability distribution of statistics obtained from a larger number of samples drawn from a specific population. So it is also called as a probability distribution. Chances. What do you mean by probabilities? Chances. Okay, chances. So now ad guys are gone. Okay. This YT guys are gone. Those who are watching on YT, kindly note now, this is the last 1 or 2 minutes remaining. Okay.